Okay, today we have the Galaxy Watch 4 Classic. This is one of the latest Samsung smartwatch releases as of September 2021. This just came out a couple weeks ago. So this is what we have. Let's open it up and take a look, and we will compare it to my Samsung Galaxy Watch 2. So let's take a look at the packaging. Nice and plain on the front. Same thing for the sides. We just have an indicator here that this is the 46mm version. And then on the back here, we have the information about the watch and our model number and serial number. The model number we have is an SMR890. Okay. This one we got from Best Buy. So let's open it up. Okay, and inside we get a box in a box. And there's our watch. Let's take a look. Okay, the rubber band is much nicer than the previous one. This one has more of a soft touch feel to it, whereas the previous one was more rubbery, had a more sticky texture to it. This one's a very soft rubber. Okay, so what we'll do is I'll take this one off and we will compare them once we get through the rest of the package here. So let's see what comes in the box here. Okay, so one of the deals with Best Buy was that it came with an additional strap, which is excellent. This one is a light gray. Same material, same feeling. You can see kind of how that would look just like that. I think I like the black, so I believe we'll leave that on. And what else do we have in here? Okay, the quick start guide. Pretty short. English side and a French side, because we are in Canada. And the other side of this box does have something. Let's see. This is going to be the charging cable. Now this one doesn't come with a charging stand like the previous watch did. So this one is a magnetic attachment. Let's see if it'll attach to the old one. Not really. The new one. Yeah, it magnetically attaches pretty well. It's not very firm, but it does attach itself in the right position. So it's not super strong, but it does the job. So the previous version came with a stand like this, and the watch would rest on top of there like that. I think I do like this style charger better because it kind of sits up and you can still see notifications on the watch if you have it on display like I do here. I believe this charger will still work to charge this, and that's all that comes in the packaging. So let's make a quick physical comparison between the two. So they're pretty close in dimension. The older one is a bigger case. It is taller, it is wider, but the screen size is the same. These are both 46mm screens. The backsides are a little bit different. This one does have additional sensors and more features and newer technology inside of it. Let's compare the thicknesses. So from what I can see, this one is just ever so slightly taller, slightly thicker than the new one here. You can see the shoulders of the case that hold the strap are a little bit thicker. Can't see that very good on here. And if I line up the shoulders evenly here, we can see that the shoulders end. So this one isn't, the new one isn't as long either, just by a few millimeters it looks like. And we can also see, if we line up this side here, that this side sticks out a little bit. This side here is lined up perfectly. We can still see that the old one is slightly bigger. Okay, let's get a little quick power on test here. And we'll probably see that the old one powers up a little bit quicker just because it's already set up. This one's going through its first time boot up. We'll redo this test once this one is set up. Once the new one has been set up, we can do a retest and see if the power on is any quicker with the new processor in the new one. So the old one was a little bit quicker, not by a lot. We'll redo this test once we get this one set up. So let's move this one over and let's initialize the setup on here. And once the watch has been fully booted up, we should see a pop-up on our Galaxy S20 Ultra that the watch has been detected and we can connect to it. Okay, there's our welcome screen on the watch. And there's our pop-up for the classic watch. Let's click on connect. And we get matching codes, so we will confirm. So we get matching codes. Let's confirm. And then we get a message to check our phone to complete the setup. So let's go through this. So for your review, we don't want to send any diagnostic data. I'm not interested, so I'm not going to select that as a checkbox, and we'll click on and we'll select agree. Terms and service. So I do want location history, and we don't need to send the diagnostic data, but the location so that we can check our Google account if something happens or it goes missing. We can see the location of the watch. And we'll let it run through the setup. Okay, and then select the Google account that you want to attach to the watch. This is going to be my personal account, so I'm going to continue using that account. And we're going to copy it to the watch. Use my fingerprint to authenticate. Okay, and then we get an option to restore your watch from backup. We don't really have a lot on the older watch. There's not many apps on there to restore, so I'm going to skip this part. You can go next and you can check which apps you have on there, but for me, there wasn't really a lot on there, so we're going to go with skip. Awesome, you're all set. And we can see here that we get the display for the Galaxy Watch 4 Classic. And the watch is now starting. So learn how to get the most out of your watch. Let's go with tips. And this should be pretty familiar if you've had a Galaxy Watch previously. So there's getting around, swiping left and right, your app drawer, most recent apps with the bottom button here. double clicking the home button up here will bring us to our last app we used. We can rotate the bezel this way and this way. Okay, let's start our watch tour. So swipe down for our quick panel. This is going to be your options and features that you want to turn on. Swipe up to go back. Swipe down from the bottom. That's going to bring our app drawer up, and then swipe down to dismiss it. Our notifications, same as the old watch. Swipe left and then tap to open the notifications. And then we swipe right. And then we swipe to the left to go back to the home. Swipe left for our tiles. And then we can use our scroll wheel to navigate through those tiles. And we can select the home button to go back. Okay, orange dot means there's a notification. And that's our tips notification. Okay, so if we scroll our bezel, we get our different app tiles. If we swipe up, we can go through this. These are all the apps on the watch. And if we swipe sideways, we can go to the same place that the bezel takes us. Okay. And in the phone, if we lose our watch, we can find it with SmartThings. So let's get started. That's going to add it to the devices in SmartThings Find. Which would be just like a smart tag. Okay, and then share this device's location. This is a good idea if you want other people like your wife or your kids or your brothers or sisters or whoever to be able to find this device for you. Like if you lose your phone and your watch, you want to be able to have someone else locate those for you. So I like to enable this, and I will share this SmartThings location with my wife. So she'll be invited as a member to my devices on my account. Okay, so the layout on this is a little bit newer. We can see that if we go to, let's say, tiles, and we scroll to our tiles here, we can see the order of the tiles on the phone matches the order of the tiles on the watch here. So we have sleep, and then next should be weather. There's weather. And if we want to reorder these, like if we want weather to be at the beginning, we just tap and hold, and then we can drag this way, and we can put it at the front. Click on save down at the bottom, and we'll see that weather is now the very first thing instead of daily activity, just like we have here. Pretty cool. And I think the same thing goes for apps. So when we swipe up in our watch, we should see the app layout. We select reorder apps, and we should see the exact same order that we have here. So if we want, say, maps to be there instead of health, once we scroll back into here and save, let's see what happens if we save it while the watch is. It reorders it right there once we hit save in the phone. Perfect. And then we have the same thing with our quick panel. That's swipe down. We can reorder what we want to see and not see. So let's put the volume control there. We'll click on save, and we should see that reflect on the watch pretty quickly. And then we have watch faces. One of the greatest features of smartwatches is having the ability to change your watch face. So let's select this simple classic one. And right away it changes on the watch. Maybe we'll go with this one here, Tomcat, allow and install, or just downloading it from the internet. Okay, and then we see it at the top here, we select it, and it will change our watch face for us. So we have lots of options to choose from. I think I'll find one probably similar to my old watch. I really liked that one. It had all the information I needed, the style that I liked. So I'll probably look for one similar to that, maybe not exactly the same. We have watch settings. So all of our notifications, our display and display brightness are always on display. Let's say yes, we want always on. Wrist, so this option is when you raise your wrist like this to take a look, it will turn on the face. Touch the screen to wake, yes. Turn the bezel to wake, yes. Media controls, yes, I like to have media controls when we are playing something, so you can go to the next track. If the phone is in your pocket and you're listening to your earbuds or something, you can use your phone to go next track, play, pause, stuff like that. Screen timeout, I like 30 seconds. Show last app, this is a good feature. If you're using your watch and the screen times out, when it comes back on within 20 seconds, it will still appear on the app that you're currently using. And show charging information, yes, we like that. So lots of cool features here that we can go through and check out. So one of the features that I'm a little more excited for is Google Pay. That's what I use on my phone. I don't use the Samsung Pay. Found it didn't support some of the cards and banks that I use here in Canada. So I ended up using Google Pay and it has worked fairly well. Just didn't work on the old watch. The old watch only supported Samsung Pay. So now the new watch does support Google Pay, so I will install that and get my cards on there and configure that. That should be awesome. And all of the new health features, O2 sensors and EKG and all that kind of stuff, we will explore maybe in a future video once I've got this dialed in and gotten used to how it works and stuff like that. So we're going to test out whether or not the base charger for the Galaxy Watch 2 will charge our new watch. So we can see here the Galaxy Watch 2 does charge. We get a solid red light and we should get a percentage there. And we are charging. So let's take that off and we'll see what happens when we put our Galaxy Watch 4 Classic on there. We get a charging symbol, 89%, and a solid red light. But then the light starts flashing. And we get a indicator that says charging paused. Boo-hoo. So our charging stand will not work with the new Galaxy Watch 4. And it's not an issue with the watch or the charger. They're both plugged into similar things. And here's the charger for this watch. If we attach it, we can see here that it starts charging no problem. So I just wanted to add that in so that people are aware. So thanks for watching the unboxing and quick review and setup of the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 Classic. I'm excited to get to use this, and I will put out a new video once I've gotten used to it and all the features and functionality. So I hope I see you in the next video. Bye!